Yo, everybody. How are we doing? Yeah, a quick, spontaneous late night stream. I wasn't, I wasn't really thinking I can handle that today, but I found some time, and yeah, let's go live. Also, hello everybody watching the VODs. I've seen a couple of guys watching the VODs, and makes me really happy. Yeah. So yeah, welcome everybody. Today, as the stream title suggests, we gonna fix the mistakes. Sorry, fix the mistakes we did yesterday. All right. I have to check one quick thing. All right, this should be good. I hope my volume is better because I watched back all my VODs and I figured that my volume was very low compared to other streams, because I compared to a couple of streams I watch usually, and I was so quiet. All right, let's get into it. I told you about, or the title says we have to fix a mistake. And the mistake is pretty glaring, I'd say. It's the right term for it. It's right in his face. I messed up with metallics and hit his nose by accident. So I want to fix that today. Maybe keep working a little bit on the metal parts, the true metallic. But let's start with his nose first. Kind of distracts me looking at that. So in these cases where you touch or accidentally touch the model with a color or with metallics that you didn't have planned, don't freak out. Just don't freak out. What you can do is grab a wet brush and remove the spillage before it can dry. And because when it dries, it gets a little bit more complicated, then you have to restore the parts that got covered by that paint. But in this case, it looks worse than it actually is, because these metallics just are so strong and so reflective that it looks worse than it actually is. We almost fixed it by now. Of course, we just used the base coat so far, but we got the mic a little bit closer here. Sorry. Right now I'm just looking to remove all the excess paint there. All the parts where I got in contact with aluminium yesterday. And while we're at it, we can also improve on his face a little bit. Yo, good evening, Marius. What's going on, mate? Late night stream. I felt like it. I'm out of focus. Mal auf Deutsch, wie ist die Lautstärke an deinem Ende, mein Guter? Ist die besser als letztes Mal? Tired? Yeah. Did you drink? One sec. All right, that's what I wanted to hear. I spent so much time trying to improve the volume and mic quality. I think it improved, but there's still room. Yeah, I started really late today. I planned to go live at 8 p.m., but I had some stuff to get sorted out. So I started a little bit later. Well, that's okay too. Little short late night stream. I stood up kind of late. Stayed up until 5 a.m. yesterday trying to fix my microphone, and it drove me insane. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I'm trying to get a little bit better at it. Also, I changed my cameras around. Considered some feedback I got. Yeah, it's pretty bright. All those lights are blinding, and it's very, very overlit the entire scene. But there's nothing you can do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lamps on, and 4 lamps gonna create a shit ton of light. There's nothing you can do really. Yeah, but I try to be better keeping stuff in focus. You drank a lot, okay. Oh man. At least I had fun. That's the important part. Getting away from all the usual stuff for a little bit. I have to dust this miniature off because there's a lot of dust on there. I don't want to bake it into the paint job. So what I do is just take a bigger brush. I have something like that. And just move it around the miniature to just remove all the pieces of dirt and dust. It makes painting the miniature so much more relaxing because you don't have to worry about it. All right. Yeah, we have to rebuild his face now because there's only base coat. Gonna add a little bit more base coat. Buff up his forehead a little bit. It was very, very dark and lumpy. Wasn't that smooth. I had another spot here where I touched it as well with metallics. The funny thing is, yesterday I was yapping about don't take too much paint on your brush and was giving all these professional advice, and then I just did the thing I warn people about. Classic. My goal is to finish off the skin as much as possible now and hopefully not touch it again. Hopefully. My microphone is wobbling around. I considered today buying a new desk. I think I need a new desk. A larger one because this is so cramped. So much stuff on my desk. And I'm considering buying a new desk. A little bit larger, a little bit more depth, so I can fit more stuff on it and have more space for painting and all this kind of stuff. And it will be more stable, less wobbly, and that's the goal at least. That is the goal. But yeah. Today I just want to do a short, nice stream, fix the face, maybe do some metallic stuff. Maybe we get it almost ready, and yeah, see how far we can take it in a couple hours. Right now I'm just trying to add some definition to his face. Clean up some of these little folds while we're at it. Also, we will have to re-highlight a little bit. Are we in focus? Kinda. Smooth it all out. Hey, Neumond, what's up? How you doing? Birthday? No. Did I write anything about birthday? Oh no, Marius. Shannon Express had a birthday party, I guess. Not his, but... It's not my birthday, guys. I'm just re-adding some base coat everywhere. Where, in my opinion, I went a little too dark. Where I see just unclean parts that I want to smooth out a little bit. There's still some metallic parts that I have to repair. Yeah, I messed up yesterday. That was a little stupid. Okay, let's get into the first highlighting stage with glaze medium added as well for more control and more smoothness. Turn paint into butter. Just carefully building up these little gradients here and there. Trying to bridge the tones. Good evening, XTX. What are you doing? Oh yeah, I can share it with you. I show the paints to you in a sec. Or the recipe. The base coat is Elysian green. Wait. That's the base coat. Elysian green. Then the first highlight would be Elysian green and Ogryn camo, 1-to-1. After that it's pure Ogryn camo. Then you start adding Screaming Skull into the mix, and that is for the highlight until you get to pure Screaming Skull to the very peak highlights. And for shading, I have these two shades. That's a Drakenhof Nightshade and Athonian Camo Shade, and I use it for shading. And it's not just a wash, it's an actual shade. I will show it to you because I'm basically doing the whole recipe again on his face to clean up. But yeah, this is a 1-to-1, or no, it's a 2-to-1, 2 parts Athonian Camo Shade, 1 part Drakenhof as the shade, like I said. And for the very deep shade, you add Incubi Darkness into the mix. I'll show it to you in a sec. It's a bunch of colors. It's the official Ork skin receipt. So it's usually Age of Sigmar, but I like the receipt, so why not use it for 40k as well? But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a great evening, XTX. Glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm chilling as well. I had a holiday today, or there's a national holiday in Germany, so I didn't have to go to work. That makes everything a whole lot better. But other than that, I'm chilling, man. I'm good. There's still some metal. I got him good when I messed up yesterday. I really got deep in there. Yeah, also changing perspectives gives you a better understanding how your highlights will look in the end. Because it's one thing to highlight one edge from one perspective, but there are still many more. So it's not just about highlighting one side of an edge, it's thinking three-dimensionally. Let's go to pure organ camo now. It's still not the peak highlight, it's still moderate highlight, but it will feel very strong. I'll slowly build it up. Try to pronounce his big lips a little bit more. There's such a strong feature of an orc face. And also highlight the lower lip a little bit. So you has more of an upper bite. Overbite, or what it's called. Dude, my English is... It is rusty. I need like a dictionary. So I can look for vocabulary I'm missing. Yeah. I think I didn't do enough highlighting on him. Yeah, it comes together. I like when these stronger colors of the highlight are kicking in. It gives the face so much more character and contrast. also pronounces chin. Yeah, it looks way better. How's everybody doing? What are you doing? Are you hobbying? Just chilling? Thanks for the raid. Cheers, man. Galloway Paints, sorry, man. Thanks for the raid, man. Hey, everybody. We're painting an Ork Pain Boy. It is my warm-up for Golden Demon 2025. Greetings. Give me treats. I'm looking for it. Drop the treats. Hey everybody. I hope you like orcs. But at some point, green will turn into red when I'm switching to Scarbrand, the Bloodthirster. That's gonna be my Golden Demon 2025 project. Oh, thanks, man. Hey, Pointless. How you doing? Hello, Raiders. Hope everybody is having a great evening or morning or wherever you're from. Yeah, appreciate the raid a ton, man. Super nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be on a little bit longer, so get a coffee, lean back, chill a little bit, watch me repair the damage I did yesterday. Because yesterday I went with a metallic brush all over his face. Yeah, love to hear that, Pointless. Oh, gotcha, early afternoon. Well, it's 10 p.m. now in Germany. I'm from Germany. Yeah, and I'm starting to prepare for Golden Demon. I will be there at Spiel in Essen end of the year. Yeah, it's not that far. I'm already stressed out, man. Not really, but I feel the pressure because I have to get started pretty soon. I have to finish this guy in 2 to 3 more streams, and then I have to get going on Scarbrand. Because if I wait too long, it's gonna be so tight. But yeah, this is my warm-up. I'm just trying to get warmed up. Oh, do it. It would be so fun. Last year was a blast, to be honest. So many great artists. Met a lot of guys I only knew from Instagram or YouTube. Squidmom was there. Infernal Brush was there, of course. So many people, man. All these multiple time champions and Slayer Sword winners. Very strong. Strong lineup. Yeah, you're from the States, right? It's the afternoon for you. I was thinking going to Adepticon at some point, but the prices were off the roof. And I was like, I can't spend a couple $1,000 just... Maybe I could, but I didn't have the funds at the time. Oh, you're UK, gotcha. Yeah, that's a good question. I was thinking about a bunch of categories. This could be old world even, because he's playable in Old World as well, as far as my research goes. And I have a bunch of free company militia. My goal is to use them as casualties of war and just slice them up and spread them all over his base. A lot of gore and this kind of stuff. I really want to make Korn proud, you know. I don't even care what the judges say if they think that's good or not. I just want to make a shocker piece. Gotta change my channel to age restricted at some point. I want to sculpt a lot of kit bashing, take things to the next level. Last year was a lot of new stuff for me as well. A lot of new stuff I tried. But this year I want to take all these skills and just level up, one up it. What are you working on right now? Got away. Sorry, I haven't watched a lot of different creators. Shannon expressed, would you do me the favor? Only if you're not on the couch right now. Necron Overlord. Ooh, was Blood Angel Captain duel? That sounds exciting, man. If you have any work in progress or something, if you're working on it right now on your stream, I'm gonna catch some of it. I really have to paint in Blood Angel at some point. Such a cool faction. Such a cool army. Necrons as well. Cool stuff, man. Love to hear that. Yeah, so I think we're almost off to the next highlighting stage. I just had to repair some damage I did yesterday when I slipped up with my brush. And it was triggering me a lot because metallics, they reflect so much and you can't look past it. So I thought, like, let's do it now. Let's fix it and then go back to metallics, finish them off. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it was huge for me. Cheers. Yeah, I'm gonna follow you back, man, as soon as I get to it. Gonna follow your stream and your Instagram as well. That's for sure. Yeah, but I got bronze, man. I was over the moon. I was over the moon. Also because it was my first Golden Demon. Gotta get a little sip of coffee. Pointless. Cheers, buddy. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for stopping by, mate. Oh, glad to hear you love the Land Speeder, man. It was a passion project. I never intended it to be a Golden Demon project. It was a passion project. I love that Talamaster. Always loved that model. And it got stuck in my head. So I knew once I developed the skill to get it close to where it was, or get it close to the picture in my mind, I was gonna go for it. Yeah, but appreciate it a lot. Thanks for the nice words, mate. Yeah. Sorry for the headbutt. All right. Let's get into shading. Shade it down a little because right now it's really bright. Oh, pointless. Thank you so much. Yeah, just stop by whenever, man. I'm gonna be on here regularly now. That's the plan, at least. Like 3 to 4 times a week, maybe a little bit more, as often as I can. That's the goal. Just stream as often as I can. Sometimes I just need a little break because I still have a full-time job, and yeah, from time to time it just feels good to kick back and just do nothing for a while, or just watch streams myself. But I really enjoy streaming. Gotta admit, really enjoy this. Yeah, my goal is to always improve on my setup, improve quality. My latest struggle has been mic setup and this kind of stuff because my stream was so quiet. Oh, don't worry about it, Galloway. We all got stuff to do. Yeah, I'll rate you, man. The next time I get a chance, if you're still on, I'll drop you a raid for sure, man. Much appreciated again. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been through some rough times as well, Pointless. You know, life is an up and down, but never give up. Oh yeah, Galway. Tell me, if you're going to Spiel, if you can manage that, tell me, man, and we gotta shake hands at some point. Have a little chit-chat. Thanks again for stopping by, man. I hope you have a wonderful night. Yeah, see you soon, mate. Good night. Oh no, it should be noon for you. What am I talking? But yeah, whatever you do, I hope you have a wonderful day, man. mixing the shade right now. It's 2 parts Bielthan and 1 part Drakenhof. And that's at least the official recipe. And I use it more like a glaze. You can use a shade like a glaze. I learned that a couple years ago. I never understood how they could shade so controlled. The studio paint jobs is what I'm talking about. Because when you look at iron jars, for example, if you look at their skin, and they have like very volumetric shading, very controlled, and you don't get this with washing technique. So what you do is you load your brush with your recipe, with your mixture of washes, and then you try to remove excess paint so the brush is just wet. And it seems like nothing, but if you stack a couple of these layers on top of each other, you can build up very smooth shading. Like there. It feels like there is nothing, but give it a couple more coats and you can build up the nicest shades. It's a little secret, guys. Maybe not to everybody, but it definitely is a secret technique not many people know about. Another raid. Thank you. Jace the Face. Thank you so much for the raid, man. Welcome everybody. We're painting a Pain Boy. No pain, no game, boy. Yeah, we're painting a Pain Boy. This is our warm-up for next Golden Demon, because the follow-up project is gonna be my Golden Demon project. And it's gonna be a full project from start to finish. From building, base coating, painting, sculpting, base design, everything. Welcome everybody, welcome everybody. Yo, Jace. Appreciate it. Yeah, get comfortable everybody. We have a little bit more time to work on this little green guy. Yeah, it's just so much fun painting orcs. Why is green so fun? A little bit later on. Okay. Maybe I can still catch that. Sadly, I still have to work tomorrow before the weekend, but one day is pretty chill. We had a national vacation today in Germany, so today was a day off. Just looking for parts I missed, or I want to have some deeper shading. This isn't the final shade, but yeah, like, I'm sorry for the headbutt, guys. Underneath this jawline, I want some more shading. Should be quite dark down there. Can you see that? Yeah. Oh god, guys. I think I have to change from headphones to in-ears because they're so huge. I'm just headbutting the camera all the time. Another thing to consider. Now I'm looking to smooth out all these shadows a little bit more. Create more volume. Yeah, these headphones are so great. They're so good. Thanks for the follow, Jace. Chris, yo, thank you too. Thanks, I gotta get Bubba. Much appreciated. We're almost Twitch affiliate, guys. 5 more followers. 5 guys, and I don't know if we reached all the achievements, but we definitely almost reached all the followers. Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. I hope you have a chill time in here. Also, if anybody has any questions, anything, don't be shy. Like what paints I use or whatever. Almost. I'm at 45, and this is my 4th stream now. So I'm really happy with the engagement so far. Like, so many lovely people in this community. Really glad that I chose this hobby. Okay, I think the shading is alright so far. The only thing I want to do is a final shade, which, let me look at something. One sec. I actually have the recipe on paper, so I had to look it up. Really old school, I guess. Oh, my Discord? Or are you talking about another guy? We need Incubi Darkness. And we add that to the shape mix. Elite Puckman, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Really nice. So yeah, this is our final shape mix. It's Incubi Darkness with these two shades, and that's gonna give us our final shade. Where's my texture tool? I'm so lost. Faye, Story, thank you so much for the follow, my man. Cheers. Okay, we gotta do it differently, because I can't find my texture tool. Or let me get that org in the frame so you have something to look at while I'm looking for my hobby tools. Abe, yo, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated as well. Golden Demon is going to be October, end of the year in Essen, Germany, on Spiel, which is one of the largest, analog gaming conventions or fairs. Lots of tabletop, lots of trading card, D&D, or all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. Lots of interesting systems. I was there the last 2 years, but 2 years ago there wasn't Golden Demon. It's just since last year, and I think they liked the venue so much that they just want to come back. Chief Balls, thank you so much for the follow. What a nice guy. Yeah, it was amazing. Last year was really great. Also, the award ceremony was mind-blowing. Yeah. We completed our follower goal, guys. We just hit 50 followers. You guys are amazing. Now I just have to stream a couple more hours and we're affiliate. You lovely people. Salute to you. I salute you guys. Let's go. Hype. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much. I didn't imagine it going so quickly. I'm just streaming for a couple hours and here we are. I haven't been doing a lot of advertising for the stream as well. I'm just going. Black Dog painting. Thank you so much. So yeah, we got our deep shade done. It's still. Let's switch to the painting camera. Hey, Pointless, if you want to do that, I would thank you so much for it. Face Story. Nightbot is a little bit overzealous sometimes. My settings aren't that good. Sorry, man. Yeah, Nightbot is mean. Dude, I got raided yesterday by Amethysti, and they all got banned because they all capsed or something, and Nightbot just banned all of them. He's a maniac, dude. He's a zealot. I gotta adjust this guy, but at least you didn't get timed out or anything. Oh, she's amazing. I gave her mod right away. Yeah, it's one hell of a meanie. Just I didn't have any mods. Now I have like 2 or 3, but they don't have time all the time, so I think I'm gonna roll it back a lot because I think it's super off-putting when Nightbot is just multi-killing all the time. I'm gonna give it another look after today. Yeah, but don't take it personally, guys. It's just me being a new streamer, still having to set up all this stuff and being kind of clueless as well. What paint range do you prefer? I don't know if you like to hear it, but I'm a big Citadel user. Like almost all my recipes consist of Citadel. I mean, I'm a box art painter, or that's at least the style and the finish I'm going for. So if you want to get as close as possible, you use the paints they use. But still, there are a couple of products I use from Vallejo. AK Interactive is really good as well. Oh yeah, you got your AK paint. The white is really good. One paint I have that I really liked, I got it from, or I got the tip from Infernal Brush. It's deep orange. It's the craziest orange ever. If you compare it to like Fire Dragon Bright, which doesn't cover at all, this stuff covers like crazy. Yeah, Vallejo metal colors are just, they're the shit. They're just the best. Vallejo metal colors are just unbeatable, in my opinion. Especially for highlighting. Highlighting with metal colors is so much fun. Okay. Gotta hold my breath for a second because I want to add some definition to his face. I got some piece of paint at the tip of my brush. That's some of the most triggering things to me. Oh, trying to get sponsored, man. Good luck. I've met them at Spiel last year. Didn't really talk to them that much, but they're nice people. Nice guys. They have a really nice booth. With all their paints, they always have a guy painting where you can see how their products look in action. I was there for Vallejo. I was at the Vallejo booth. I'm there almost every year, since 2 years, so, or 3 years. Something like that. Yeah, face looks good again. We removed all the metal. Yeah, there's so many brands. I think with Citadel, A lot of people just have a gripe with their pots. And my solution to that problem is just using a texture tool or a sculpting tool, and you can just use it as a spoon. Just get little drops of paint out of the bottle. And I put it on my palette and I close the pot again. You knocked Moon Oil right now? How long have I been in the hobby? Well, I painted my first Space Marine when I was about 14 years old, and it was a mess. It was horrible, terrible. Yeah, it was lumpy. It looked like it fell into wax. It looked horrible. And then I was so frustrated because I have this more... I'm trying to be as good as possible, and I wasn't happy with myself, so I dropped the hobby for a while. And then about 6 years ago, I started again. And then I tried to actually get good at it. But I have to say that my entire background is art. So before I went into miniature painting, I did concept art, game art and stuff. I worked at a game developer at a studio for a couple years. Then I did some freelance work and illustration. I even did a trading card for World of Warcraft and stuff like that. That was a big dream coming true. Yeah, and here we are. At some point I was like, okay, I have to try it again. I can't let that sit. That one try when I was 14. I was so frustrated because I was looking at the box and the Space Marine looked so fascinating and so perfect, and I felt cheated. Oh no, I have art background, man. I have a lot of art background. I started painting when I was in kindergarten, and everybody would come to my mother and say, look what your son has painted today in kindergarten. No, I was always very close to art subjects. That was always my thing. And a friend of mine, around that age, when I was 13, 14 years, he was a competition painter, and in his living room he had all these shelves and cupboards full with amazing display pieces, dioramas, just so perfectly painted. And I was standing in front of them and thinking, I want to be able to do this at some point. I want to have shelves at home with these amazing pieces on them. And it kind of stuck with me, and for a couple of years I forgot about it, but at some point I came back to it again. And now I'm committed. Sometimes I have a period where I don't paint and I just do other stuff like gaming. I'm a little nerd as well. But it's just a question of time until I return. Or just a matter of time. Man, I swear I could I think it's don't tell you that you can't be this good. In my opinion, that's my opinion. I think you can. I believe in you, man. I believe you can do amazing things, and probably you're way better than you give yourself credit for. If people ask me, "Are you good?" I'm like, "I'm okay." Oh yeah, 3 years. 3 years is a decent amount of time. I think you learn the most in the first year because you learn a lot about the basics, the different topics, the different stages. But then you have like little jumps in knowledge every now and then where you just level up, just where you pass that threshold of knowledge and you just improve at some point. Sometimes I improve by doing nothing. Just by, not by doing nothing, by sleep learning, by just sometimes getting away from it gives it room to improve and to reflect on things. Yeah, I'm very obsessive as well, but I can burn out too. So if I'm doing nothing else than just painting for months, there will be a point where I'm like, okay, I need a refresh. I need a break, and then I'm gonna take a break. But when I'm doing something, I go hard. I try to give it my all if I can. Yeah, but I can absolutely relate to that mindset. I think I need breaks because I go so hard. When I was working on my Golden Demon entry last year, I was painting 14 hours a day with very little breaks. Of course, I did some breaks, like going to the bathroom, getting myself a coffee, and stuff like that, but it was grueling. I almost had like what's it called when your wrists start to hurt and get inflamed and stuff. It was pretty rough. I was standing up, making myself a coffee, and starting to paint, and I stopped painting when I passed out, basically, when I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. And besides that, I still had a full-time job, so I come home at around 7 p.m. and then I would start painting at around 8 after eating and paint until 3 to 4 in the morning. Have like 5 hours of sleep and rinse, repeat. Not trying to show off or anything, but it was actually my schedule for a long time, yeah. But I enjoyed it. When, of course, it was exhausting, but when I turned in my entry and everything was said and done, I was driving home, having the Golden Demon, or the Bronze Demon for that matter, in my bag. I was like, I need to get home and start painting again. I was so hyped. Oh yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you a lot, Chris. Feel free to stop by whenever you feel like. You're always welcome, mate. Cheers again. Let's see. I'm kind of running in circles with these highlights. I feel like they're okay, but at the same time, I feel like I should add more. I'm adding a little bit more. I want his features a little bit more pronounced. I will be live tomorrow at around 8 p.m. So maybe an hour earlier, actually. A little bit earlier. But this is like my usual time where I stream. Also, I stream for like around 4 hours in general. But there will be streams that will be much longer. Like I said, at the moment I'm just warming up, getting my groove on, trying to find my flow state. And right now I have no real idea how to handle the Golden Demon thing, because it will be a crazy amount of work. So many different stages, airbrushing, and I don't know what I will stream. I think stuff like priming I won't stream because it's just messy with all the airbrushing. I'm not sure. I'll see. But I just got a new airbrush compressor from Neumond. Friend of mine. Maybe with that thing, once I got it set up completely, it will be possible to airbrush on stream. Oh yeah. Anytime, man. And if I get the chance, I'll rate you too. Thank you so much. You're lovely. At some point, I gotta make channel emotes as well. Since I'm a graphics designer too, I'll design them. I'll design a couple myself for sure. And maybe I stream that too, some Photoshop art. Some cartoon sketching, basically. I don't know, maybe I do that. Yeah, really going for some peak highlights now. Looking to be very moderate. Yeah, a lot of people don't have an airbrush. I noticed that. I work at a hobby store and I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't use an airbrush, and I think it's totally fair. But for like larger projects doing base codes and stuff, it's just it saves me so much time. And it gives me more time to paint details and battle damage and whatever and create blends. I rather put my time into those stages. But then on the other side, yeah, you have to clean your airbrush, you have to buy all that stuff, you have to do this and that. But just for priming and base coating, it's pretty easy. If you want to do like very precise, perfect little airbrush gradients, you need probably a more expensive one. And then it can get really, really expensive. My personal airbrush costs $50 or 50 euros. Yeah. It's very cheap. I mean, if you buy a cheap airbrush system that is still good because the compressors are not that expensive and it's all the same shit, to be honest, mostly. You pay like $100 for the compressor and then $50 for the pistol, and then maybe $10 for for what's called accessories. Yes, what's up? Glad to see you, mate. Some late night streaming. You still awake? Yes, we got the 50. So big. Thanks to everybody contributing. Really appreciate that. That's actually really huge. Yeah, prime and base. That's the big part. And the parts that take so much time. And also with an airbrush, you get a very clean and smooth finish. You have no brush strokes. It's not like painting yellow, painting Evelyn Sunset, which I always say is like painting with orange juice. With an airbrush, it's so much fun. I mean, sometimes you still have to some correcting with a brush and get into spots your airbrush couldn't reach. But other than that, it's such a time saver. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I have IG. If you scroll down, I have a link there. But you could also just type in the late man or look for the late man. It's the same name as on Twitch. And yeah, give me a follow. I appreciate it. Anytime, mate. Let me focus this. Okay. Oh, you're mobile? Yeah, can you maybe you can scroll down in the stream. I have like a follow button and it should link directly to my Instagram. It should be directly under my stream. Otherwise, I drop a link. I think I also made a command for a bot, like exclamation mark follow or something. Maybe I'm lying. Kids and wife are sleeping. You snuck away for a little late night hobby time. Sounds about right. I hope the music isn't too loud, guys. I gave my best to adjust the sound levels a little bit. Because before my stream was so quiet and now I boosted my gain into oblivion. With your mobile, if you click the streamer's name, it then gives you access to the About tab. Yeah, that's a good advice. I didn't even know that. And thanks for the feedback. That's good to hear. Oh yeah, and yesterday I brought home another model that I had in a cabinet at the hobby store. I can show it off in a minute because it's really cool. It wasn't here for a long time, and now I have it back. It's the Black Templar Terminator. And I also made a third place at an online competition, painting competition. The Primaris Ultra painting competition, I think it was 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Add a couple more peak highlights around the face. The face should always be, or always get the most highlights, or the crispest highlights in my opinion, so you direct attention there. I mean, the red eyes, and in general, people look at the face first, but it helps guiding the eyes. Yeah, these little bling points do a lot for the model. Just gives it some crispy definition. Need some warm water here. The paint was pretty dry in the pot. I think I have the Screaming Skull for like 3 or 4 years by now. It's a little thick. Get some bling points on his chin. On his lips. On all the peak folds. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit on his lower eyelid. Need a perfectly shaped tip here to get it as straight as possible. And also as thin as possible. Oh, sorry, Yersh, I didn't get it. What do you use for priming and base coating orcs? Yeah, many Space Marines, man. I'm mostly painting Space Marines, actually. That's why I'm changing it up right now. I'm painting orcs, and how I said, my Golden Demon project will be Scarbrand, Chaos, some corn stuff, some blood for the Blood God. Some killing, maiming, and burning. Turnets. Oh yeah. I have a bunch. I have the Leviathan box. Always wanted to paint some of them. I painted a couple of warriors actually. For a friend or with a friend, because he was asking me if I can show him a couple of recipes. And I helped him out a little bit. It was so much fun painting the carapace. A blood for the blood god. Indeed, brother. It's gonna get brutal in here once I get going on this guy. It probably will take weeks or months to finish him, but in the end it's gonna be a bloodbath. Yeah, termagants, man. Painting 100 of those. My favorite Space Marine chapter to paint would be Dark Angels, for sure. I mean, that's the reason why I paint them. Why I chose them to be my chapter, or the chapter that I play, rather. Sorry if I'm out of focus a little bit. It's hard to get it perfectly lined up and have it being visible at the same time. Yeah, but I'm way more happy now with the face. The only thing I'm not that happy about is the shade beneath his cheek. It's too bright. Oh yeah, Blood Angels. I was thinking a lot about what chapter to paint, and the reason why I went for Dark Angels was I love green. I love to paint green. I thought I liked their dark armor, and I liked that you had 3 different companies. You had the Deathwing, Ravenwing, and Greenwing, and that gives you so much variation. Now, this is a Pain Boy, 40k Pain Boy, the old model. I think there is a new model out somewhere in some box. I've seen something. But this is the actual Pain Boy model. It's a model from a friend that he gave to me. I never promised to paint it, but it's a good opportunity to warm up and make my friend happy. Alright, I think the face is okay. The only thing I wanted to add is a shade among his or under his cheekbone. And after that, I think we're good to go to another part. Just add a tiny bit of shade. Should be enough for such a small area. Oh yeah, a few weeks on a single model. Feels so good when you finally are able to finish it. When you're almost done. It almost feels unreal, and what I noticed is when you're almost done, even if you spend weeks on the model, I tend to get impatient and start rushing through the model, gluing it to the base in a manner like I'm running from something, like getting way too impatient. I really have to calm myself down a little bit there. It happens to me every time I'm close to finishing a model. All right. Oh yeah, found a little spot I forgot. Yeah, basing can be annoying. But once you got that one recipe that you really, really love and that makes the model look just complete, it can be very fulfilling as well. For my second Golden Demon project last year, I made a huge. I made a display base for both, but the squad I made a Deathwing Knight squad, and that base was. It felt like I was painting a football field. It was so large. Oh yeah. Let's get that shade going so we can move on. You don't like to base your own projects or just the knight? Sorry for the headbutt, guys. But I think mostly we've been in focus. I'm really trying to work on this. Hopefully it won't be so bad. I tend to watch back the VODs a little bit just to see how the sound levels are, if I'm in focus. And I try to improve every day. Getting a little bit better. Yeah, that's a nice deep shade. I think it gives them more character. I like the soft shading, but I also like very pronounced, strong lines and shades. The best is a mixture of both, where you have very subtle shading and then very strong shadows, like on his cheekbone. But then on his forehead, there's some very subtle shading. Oh, you overdo your own projects. I mean, you have the most freedom on your own projects, right? Because the client will, or the people you do commissions for, will tell you what they want. So you basically like it if you have a set of rules you have to go by in these recipes. And if you have too much possibility, it overloads you a little bit, maybe. Maybe I'm totally off, I don't know. But I know that. If somebody tells me, yeah, I want this and this and that, I know exactly what I have to be good at. But if I do something myself, I have to second guess. I have so many different options, and the only one who's gonna say yes or no is myself. So, and I'm a worst critic, so I'm gonna be very rough to myself if I'm not happy. Usually I'm not. I'm very forgiving to myself. Otherwise I won't learn. And that's the goal in the end. Okay, I think the face is alright. Saying that, I see a spot where I could add some strong highlights still, some screaming skull. Under his nose, I want to pronounce his nose a little bit more. Yeah. Let me focus that. Thanks for the follow, Melly. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying your time. Having a chill afternoon, evening, wherever you guys are. Yeah. Next will be the claw. We will highlight a little bit more, I think. Let me show you what we did yesterday so you can see that we have added a bunch of these scratches and a little bit of wear and tear and battle damage. And we want to, just finish it. Also, we have his backpack. We have the little gobbo on his back. Little grot. And for that, we need another sheet of baking paper. Just move it out of the way. I can still use it later if I mess up again. Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Thanks for hanging out for a while, man. I truly appreciate it. Really nice to have you guys. So yeah, enjoy your football. Have a nice meal. Play some games. Hope you're winning, son. No, yeah, just have a great evening, day. Cheers, mate. Okay. Now we're adding some aluminium from Vallejo. It's this stuff. Oh, wrong side. It's this stuff. Can totally recommend this or silver for your final metallic highlights. I just have to be careful because this stuff spills over every time I shake it. Maybe I use my vortex shaker for this one. Sorry for the noise. Ugh, it's messy. But you don't need much. So there it is. We're using just an older brush. It's pretty messed up already. I've been painting metal with it since yesterday. But yeah. We don't need to add water for this stuff because you can see how runny, how liquid this stuff is. All right. So yeah, we were just highlighting away on his claw, and that's what we're gonna continue a little bit today. Just adding more highlights, picking out all the edges. Trying to be as precise as possible. I want to be very careful now. Because yesterday, what happened is, and that's something that happens a lot, or can happen a lot if you're not 100% concentrated, is you paint something, you move back your brush, and you're totally fine while painting, yeah? It's not gonna happen like I paint here and I will slip up and land on his face, but what's gonna happen is you paint this part, you move your brush away to get new paint, to wash out your brush or whatever, and when you stop concentrating while moving back your brush, that's when that stuff happens. My favorite thing to paint. Good question. I think there are a lot of different components. In general, I'd say faces. I love to paint faces. But I also like to paint power armor, edge highlighting in general is something I enjoy a lot. Detailed work, but I think my favorite part would be faces, yeah. And I would consider like space marine helmets and stuff, like heads, just heads in general. If it's helmets, faces, whatever. I love it. But I already loved it when doing 2D art. I like painting faces or drawing faces the most. But every model can have some part that I randomly enjoy a lot. Can you see that? Oh yeah. Let me focus up a little bit. I need some highlights here. And from another angle, they're kind of hard to get at. What is your favorite thing to paint? Okay, gotcha. That's funny. Also, we could add some little scratches and wear and tear on these parts. But what I'm gonna do, and I did this yesterday as well, I'm not talking about slipping up with my brush. You have a ton of faces to paint for me? I guess. I mean, yes, if you have a character or centerpiece or something where you need a little bit of help, when I visit you, I can help you with something if you need a little boost to one of your characters. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to paint an entire miniature in a day or something, but I could paint a face. Yeah, carapaces. It's really fun. I think I have some pictures on my phone back when I painted Tyranids with one of my buddies. Adding little scratches and scratch marks. Man, you gotta give me your Instagram name so I can follow you later. When I'm done streaming, I'm gonna look like at all the legends that rated me and give them a follow back, and yeah, drop your Instagram so I can follow you too. Hey. Hey there, the Mad Dog is looking real nice so far. Do you mind telling me which brush you're using? I don't mind at all. I'll tell you everything. So, for base coating, in general, I use a larger brush. Let me focus a little bit. In this case, it would be a Raphael Kolinsky size 2. Is this one? You can also watch back the VOD. If you don't catch something right now, you can just watch the VOD. My main brush, my main detailed brush would be this. It's a, what is it? Oh, it's upside down. It's a Winsor & Newton Series 7 miniature edition, or miniature series. Size 0. That's my workhorse. So as you can see, they have a very short bristles. So you have way more control than with a very long brush. I gotta clean it though. It's pretty messy right now. And then for shading, I use like some Da Vinci Kolinsky. They're a little bit cheaper, and you can see it's for washes and stuff like that. I clean it every now and then. And then for my metallics, I'm using a very old Winsor & Newton. It's the same, it's size 1 though. So this one is size 0, and my metal one is size 1, but it doesn't matter. I just need a brush with a sharp tip. That's what I'm looking for. So I can paint these very thin lines. Oh yeah, and Firmabrush, he uses also the same, yeah. He's a legend, man. I met him at Golden Demon last year. He's such a nice guy. So humble, man. He's so humble and so wholesome. Also, I managed to get a shirt, a heavy archive shirt off of him. I was at the award ceremony and he was there as well. I congratulated him to the Slayer Sword. And yeah, he told me before that he would give me one of the shirts, and I got it right there. I was so lucky. I will wear it on stream at some point. Mr. King Wolf, thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate it a ton. How are we looking? Yeah. Still a lot of details to pick out here, but we're getting along. Slowly but surely. Baz Watkins, thank you so much as well. That's huge. We got over 50 today, so affiliate is very, very close. It's in our grasp. I think I only have to stream a couple hours this month and we're there, man. It's huge. Yeah, and I plan to stream a lot. I told this a bunch of times, but with new people coming to the channel, my plan is to stream regularly, so you can expect me most evenings. If I'm not there tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna be there the day after. So every other day, or maybe even more often, I will be on. So keep your eyes peeled. I gotta be, or I will be on way more often now. Just making sure we're in focus. Oh, you got a cold? Man, hope you get well soon, mate. I had a cold 2 weeks ago and I'm still clearing my throat all the time. I'm just, it got me good. It got me good. That's why my voice is pretty rough still. I was listening to some recordings yesterday to check audio levels, and my voice is just so raspy. I sound like I've been drinking whiskey for the last couple of weeks. But then I think I would have a better voice than this. I highlight this little circular saw here, saw blade. But the consistency for the silver is really nice now. Really easy to paint those lines. It's all about consistency. Yeah, take your time, man. Don't worry. I used to go to the gym when I felt sick, and each time I got there, I was like, what am I doing? I'm almost dying, and now I'm trying to work out. Yeah. I think I have to clean my brush a little bit. It's too messy. Alright, give me a sec. Take a sip of coffee. Okay. Get some soap. This soap is pretty nasty. I've been using it for a couple of years now. When I was sick, a friend visited me and he bought me some. What was it? It was from some organic store. It was cherry powder from some cherries. It was like pinkish powder. It just dried and grinded cherries, and they had insanely high vitamin C content. And you just take a teaspoon of it into hot water, you drink it, and it's like you get supercharged by vitamin C, dude. If you can get stuff like that, that's always king. That helps. It really, really boosted me. All right, this looks a little bit cleaner. What you can do as well is if you got dried paint at the bottom of your brush, what you can do is, but I would only recommend it for an older brush. Where's my texture tool, man? I need it. I need it very badly. Let me look around. It should be back there. I got it. It was back there. So yeah, what I was talking about is removing dried paint from your bristles, and you could take a non-sharp tool like this and just place it at the start of the bristles and just push the dried pigment that has before been soaked in soap to the tip. And this way you can really loosen these dried bits of paint. And you already see like how the paint is coming off. It can save you a lot of money in brushes. Instead of throwing it away or giving up. Also, using a knife, I wouldn't recommend that. Because then you will start to cut into your bristles, and not recommended. Always use a non-sharp tool. I really love that texture tool of GW. I have it since day one, and it's still at my side. Yeah, it's very, very useful. And now, look at the brush now. It's not perfect, but it's much better. Of course, I could spend more time now. What you would do now is just add a little bit more water to your soap and just keep making circular motions to work all the soapy water into your bristles. And now it has more surface area to attack more of the dried paint since we removed a lot. Or it might be better, but it also might be sharper. Because I really like that it's plastic and it is flexible. So it's kind of flexible, but it's also very sturdy. I don't know. I really like that thing. I don't like GW brushes that much. There are a couple brushes that I think are quite decent, but the texture tool I definitely like. So far it hasn't disappointed me. And now we can just remove everything else that we soften up, and it should be good to go then. Yeah, that should be good enough. That should be good enough. But yeah, I have to look at it. I don't know their texture tool actually. Maybe I've seen it on Instagram or something, but I can't really think of anything right now. Of course I know Monument Hobbies. Maybe you could even use like a plastic knife or some random piece of plastic. But now it paints really nicely. And it holds more paint now. It has more capacity to hold paint. It's a little softer. Let me refocus that a little bit. That should be all right. We have to go all the way around these little syringes. He's like Freddy Krueger just with syringes, man. Crazy guy here. Really cool design for the Pain Boy. Yeah, I've been a little bit much here, but we will do a fast cleanup in the end. Since the coverage of this paint is so strong, of course, if you add a little bit too much pressure, it will show immediately. Add some more scratches here. Always when I have like a larger surface with nothing going on, I try to create some interest by adding a little detail. Of course in some moderation, but still you want to break large surfaces free of just monotonous texture. But so far I'm really pleased with how the metal turned out. Also I used a new recipe that I haven't used before in that manner. And it paid off. It feels really orcish. Very grimy and dirty. And I thought I want to add a little bit of rust here and there. It makes it even more gruesome. Like an operating tool with rust on it. That's nuts. If you think about it. Yeah, just catching all these little edges, and you have to go all the way around. On on the lower edge and the upper edge. It's kind of tedious. Also, I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Would you guys be interested in stuff like that? I'm just not sure what kind of content I would like to do. I think I would like to use content from the stream to create some videos. And then I think maybe deviate from that at some point. Oh yeah, the receipt for the medal. Yeah, I can tell you. It's very simple. Just do it. Yeah, okay, cool. Love to hear that, man. If there is interest in that. Where are these? So one component would be lead belcher. Tutorials, yeah, I could do tutorials, of course. Like these. It's 1-to-1, one part lead belcher, one part Warblock bronze. And that's the base coat. After the base coat, you get yourself some Agrex Earthshade plus some Nuln oil, and you wash slash shade the entire part with a 1-to-1 mix. After that, you just use any very bright metallic color. I like to use Vallejo metal colors. I only have aluminium, but personally I like to use silver as well. But aluminium works too. So it's only a base coat, 1-to-1 lead belcher Warblock bronze, then a shade slash wash with Agrex Earthshade and Nuln oil, 1-to-1. And in the end, you just add a final highlight and battle damage with your brightest metallic color. If you mess up, like I do sometimes, you just take your base coat or just lead belcher to clean off the parts you messed up. And then you can shade it a little bit again. So you can go back in with the base coat if you mess up. Tutorials and terrain. Yeah, terrain will be very interesting because I have a shit ton of terrain. I don't know if you can see that stuff, but oh no, my camera is angled differently, but in this shelf, the entire bottom of it is filled with terrain. Like three big plastic boxes filled to the brim with just terrain on spruce. So yeah, I might do some terrain stuff because I really want to paint it. The thing is, I'm not sure if I can make a tutorial on it because I don't have crazy experience painting large pieces of terrain. That would be more of a journey than actually an actual guide, because I would have to get into it and learn it myself. Don't have that much experience on large terrain pieces. I mean, a lot of skills carry over, but if I paint it like this, imagine this is terrain. Like I can't spend like half a year on half a house. So I gotta find ways to do it very quickly, but still it has to look very nice and polished at the same time. And that's the challenge. But I have some ideas. I have some things in my head how I could do it. We'll see. I think first I will just use stream content for YouTube. Maybe I record a couple videos in OBS and just upload them. But yeah, if I see that there is a lot of demand and interest in it, I might get deeper into it. We'll see. Just wanted to see if there's any interest in that. Oh yeah, I can tell you. I will tell you in a second. I told it earlier, you can always rewatch the VOD, but then you still have to find the perfect timestamp where I told it to somebody. So I will absolutely show you in a second. Maybe it makes sense to post the recipes I'm using to my Discord, so whenever, or maybe as a command, a chat command. So if I'm painting the orc and you want to know what the recipe for the skin is, you just type in !orc recipe or something like that, and then that would be cool. Oh, you didn't write it down. Okay. Yeah, if you write it down, I'm definitely going to show you. Give me a sec. So, base code for this orc recipe, which is the Ork recipe, by the way. Yeah, I don't have it on the Discord right now, but yeah, definitely join. I appreciate that. So the base code is Elysian Green. Then your first highlight would be Elysian Green and Ork Camo 1-to-1. Then you go in your next step to pure Ork Camo. After that, you do your shade, your first shade, which is Athonian Camo shade and not Nuln Oil, sorry. And Drakenhof Nightshade. Oh, sorry. Tell me when you're ready, man. I'll do it again. It's no problem. Yeah, don't worry, man. So, yeah. You need a base code of Elysian Green. That's your base code. And the first highlight is just a 1-to-1 of Elysian Green and Ork Camo. Oh yeah, this highlight, this base code. Base code is your midtone, basically. It's the base color of your entire skin would be just Elysian Green. And if I'm saying 1-to-1, it's like 50-50. So your first highlight stage would be Elysian Green and Ork Camo. The second highlight stage, so where you go even brighter, would be just pure Ork Camo. And after you finish that stage, you start your shading stage, which consists of 2 shades. For one, Athonian Camo shade, and the second shade is going to be Drakenhof Nightshade. You're going to use 2 parts of the Athonian Camo shade, so more green than blue, 2-to-1, 2 parts Athonian Camo shade, 1 part Drakenhof. And you're going to use it in the way that I told you earlier. So you are not going to wash it. You're not gonna drown the model in your shade. So you're more glazing it. So, by the way, you can definitely rewatch the VOD. I'm probably gonna stream for another 20 minutes or something, so you're gonna find it at the end of the VOD. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be that hard. Also, you will see in the preview where I hold all the paint pots, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna find it. Yeah, or clip it. Yeah, just clip it, man. Ork recipe, ork skin recipe. That would be great. If you clip it, I can make a command so people can just command this recipe. So yeah. After your Elysian Green and Ogren Camo shenanigans, you go to your shading stage, which is 2 parts the green Athonian Camo Shade Wash and 1 part the blue Drakenhof Nightshade Wash. And you apply it like a glaze. Not like a wash, but more like a glaze. After you are done with that, you will do your deepest shade, so your deep shade, because working with this doesn't give you like all the let me show you. You see, like in the deepest recesses between his muscles, there's like a very deep shading. Like on his forearm here, you can see those bluish green lines, and that is the deep shade, which is this mixture you made before, 2:1, and the only thing you do is you add Incubi Darkness to the mix. Let me focus. You add Incubi Darkness to that shade mix, and you lose it more like a very controlled recess shade. So that's the shade, and after you're done with that shade, you take your Ogren Camo, and you go brighter now, because you want to go towards your peak highlights. And that would be a 50-50 between Ogren Camo and Screaming Skull. Once you finished this brighter highlighting stage, you're just gonna go to pure Screaming Skull. And that is where you see on his forehead, for example, you can see all these very bright highlights and these bright lights. Lights. That's right. And lines. And on his lip, on his forehead, on his shoulder, all these peak highlights are just Screaming Skull mostly. There you go. That is the orc skin recipe. And yeah, you can always go back to the VOD. I think as a Twitch affiliate, it even stays up like 2 weeks or something. So you have a long time to rewatch it and write it down as well. It's the official Ork skin recipe. Okay. Yeah, appreciate the question. Always feel free to ask if you want to know anything. I like to help out. I have to be really careful here. If I slip up, I just wasted 2 hours. Yeah, there could be a YouTube tutorial. But then it's not even my own recipe, you know? It's the official Ork skin recipe, so I don't want to claim that as look at my great Ork skin tutorial when in the end it's just box art. But of course, what I could do is show how I apply it and how I use it to achieve the finish. That would be nice. And of course, you can talk about the recipe. That's actually a pretty good idea. It's really nice how you can just record videos in OBS and basically directly upload them to YouTube. The only thing I need is like an intro. And I have no idea about animation and this kind of stuff. I'm pretty good at illustration and graphics design, but animation and video is really not my cup of tea. I'm just not, I've no real experience in it. So that's something I have to get into first, and this entire streaming thing took me quite a while to get into. I had to look for cameras, the right software, all the adjustments, all the tweaking. It was quite the journey. But I was working on my audio, like I said, until 4 or 5 a.m. this morning. And I wouldn't be doing that if I'm not enjoying this entire thing. Yeah, it's a really good idea, Pointless. That's a pretty good idea. Maybe it's even a better idea after I painted this guy here. Maybe people like you just want to know what I use and what I did on this part or how I go about things. Could just be a quicker video, you know? It doesn't have to be like a 3-hour video. It could be a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video. I'm not so sure about all the algorithm stuff, like how long should a video be, blah, blah, blah. I'm more focused on making a good video. I think that would be my focus there. And I think if a video is good, chances are high that people will watch it. I would not try to become a clickbait channel. Best orc skin recipe ever. This skin recipe saved my life. Yeah. I mean, if you have ideas and you feel like you want to do it, I would tell you to do it. It's always a good indicator if you have an idea, if you feel like you want to do something. The thing is, the more and more you think about something, the more you tend to shy away in the end. Because your head will always rationalize and think of reasons why it can't be done or why it's too complicated. You have to do this and that. Just get started and you will see. I'd say go for it, man. Adding some scratches here and there. So many edges, man. You feel like you highlighted 1 billion of them, but then there are 2 trillion more. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty shiny now. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry for the headbutt. Some freehand highlighting. Yeah, where to begin with an intro. Yeah, I know where you are right now in your mindset, and I can totally relate. I think in the end, you could always look on Fiverr, maybe find some animator to make some short intro, or you could use some templates. There's a lot of free stuff. In the end, it doesn't have to be super professional. I think you as a content creator, you yourself, you are the biggest asset to your YouTube channel. You could make an intro for $1 billion, but if the content creator isn't catching people's attention, it doesn't matter. But when you're passionate about what you're doing, people are gonna feel that, I think. At least I notice when people are very passionate about their work or their craft. And yeah, it's contagious. There will always be a way to get something done. You will find a solution as long as you start really looking for it. Maybe you go to Fiverr, maybe you meet somebody who can help you out. Maybe you find some free templates that you customize, and that's gonna be good enough. Don't worry, mate. You're gonna find a solution. Saying that though, I know Facebook, etc., is hard to play with when having your own community and supporters, etc. But I wouldn't mind seeing if I can get somewhere on there too. Man, as long as you keep going and you don't give up and you keep believing in yourself, it sounds a little bit corny, but I truly believe in that. Because so far, I was able to achieve my childhood dreams in a lot of cases just by never giving up. Even though it felt like all the odds were against me, there was no chance, there was no way in hell it's gonna happen, but in the end, it worked on ways I never imagined. I wasn't even looking for. And all of a sudden, there I was. Painting or doing illustration for Blizzard, you know. It's the company I would always obsess about back in the day as a child. And I would try to get into their fan art site. I sent over so many sketches and paintings, and I never got in there. And then years later, on a platform where there are 1,000 different artists and so much stuff, and all of a sudden their art director contacts me and asks me if I am willing to paint a card for them. Like, I didn't even have to go out of my door, you know. It just came to me at some point. I know it sounds corny maybe, but it's a true story. I mean, in the end, I don't know how old you are, but in the end, you gotta go your own way, you know. Nobody's gonna live your life for you, so you have to decide what you do. Listen to your gut, and yeah, make your decisions, man. Nobody can stop you from living your life if you really want to. You can do it, mate. You got my support. What time is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stream like for 5 to 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna call it a day. It's pretty late and I have to go to work tomorrow. Fuck me. Well, yeah, then it's weekend, and on the weekend we will stream again. I think I'm gonna stream tomorrow evening, even. I want to get done with this guy so I can finally start on the actual project for GD25. Just do a couple more edges here. Yeah, guys, keep your eyes peeled tomorrow evening at around 8 p.m. CEST, so Central European summertime. They're around Berlin. I'm from Germany. So tomorrow evening, there's going to be more Pain Boy action. We probably will get, or will finish the metallics and move on. I really want to paint that little goblin, a little gobbo. That's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. It doesn't focus really, right? No, it does a little bit. Yeah, but it was totally a fun stream today. It was a little bit shorter than usually, but I think it had a really nice vibe and pretty good quality progress overall. We fixed the mistake we did yesterday, like I mentioned in the title, so I didn't lie, no clickbait at all. So I can look in the mirror tomorrow. Yeah, that's striking already. Just adding these few highlights of that syringe up there makes it really pop. And that's the stuff that I like about the Vallejo metallic paints. Also, I have to find someone who I'm going to raid today. I'm not too familiar with the Twitch miniature painting community so far, but I already got to know some very lovely people. So far, everybody has been an absolute darling. Sorry. Okay, who could we raid? Tell me. We're gonna raid whoever you suggest today. Dixner has a great stream. Sounds amazing. Well, I think that's a very good point to call it a day. So everybody following today, imagine we got to 50 subscribers, so we are basically Twitch affiliate. And we also got somebody we can rate. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope everybody's gonna have an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you are. We're gonna raid somebody. He does some really nice work, and I hope to catch you tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. German time. All right, see you. Talk to you very soon, guys. Hang tight, we're gonna raid somebody.